A couple of years ago, if someone had told me that it was possible to reach a new level with minimal resources, I wouldn't have believed them. Life in South Africa has always been unpredictable. Here, risks aren't something to fear, they're just a part of everyday life. Salaries are so low that people live from month to month choosing between electricity and food. But the biggest challenge is time. Work, family, responsibilities, it's hard to find a moment to focus on something new. I know that feeling. I remember the evening when everything changed. I had very little left, not for investments, not for experiments, just for survival. And I realized that if I didn't try something now, I'd stay exactly where I was. Honestly, I just took a thoughtless risk that time, and I was lucky, which I'm very happy about now. But this is not a guide to action, because then I had to go through a long learning process, uncontrolled emotions, the loss of my savings, and much more. But all this story led me to an idea, the one that had helped us to create our trading bot. Together with a team of specialists, we developed it to make trading more accessible and transparent. And now it helps users and even us to see the way the market professionals do. At the end of this video, I'll show you how members of our community use it. But today, I just want to share this news with you. So let's start our AI trading. So the bot selects the first currency pair. We open this pair and get a message a few seconds later. To me, the bot recommends going down. The bot analyzes the chart based on 1,000 parameters. And in the meantime, the value of our asset is falling. So the bot was absolutely right in its prediction, and that's great. The deal has closed in our favor, and let's increase the amount and move on. I switch to this pair and I get a message that I need to invest on the downside, and that's great. The candle started to immediately decline, completely following our bot's prediction. And now you can clearly see the asset bouncing off the resistance level and moving down on the chart. However, we don't need a big difference between the entry point and the entry price for the trade to be successful. Our deal closed in the plus side and we're moving on from there. I want to share with you an idea that recently came to me. When you have limited resources, it's not just about the amounts, it's about the opportunity. But if you don't fully understand what you're doing, that opportunity can disappear just as quickly. It makes sense, doesn't it? I know this because I was lost in the chaos of the market myself until I began to see deeper than just price movement. This is actually a long analytical process, the research for successful combinations, the study of patterns, not just intuition. And you need to spend years learning how to do that. Don't believe those who say you can study 2 indicators and always be in profit. We certainly understand this. So we spent more than 4 months analyzing more than 3,000 trades to create our trading bot. We needed something that doesn't just show numbers, but helps us understand the essence of what is happening. And now we're getting the fruits of our efforts in the form of these results. If you want to see how it works, you can pick up the link in the description. This is how the currency pair BHD CNY is chosen. I switch to it, and here I am not the bot recommending to me to trade down. The bot is also able to analyze long-term market trends to help us make short-term predictions. And that's a great result. It's all thanks to the bot, and let's take a look at the next couple. So we open the next currency pair that the bot sent us. Here we wait a few moments. We see that the bot tells us to open a position on the upside, and we open up as the bot is still learning. It has a certain dependence on the level of learning, but as time goes on, it becomes more accurate. And in the meantime, we're getting closer to closing our deal. This green candle bounces at the trade, closes with a positive result. And while we wait for a signal from the bot, I'll pick the currency pairs I traded today. I still remember the moment I used the bot for the first time myself. My eyes were glued to the screen, my hands were shaking, my heart was racing. I watched the market move, and then it hit me. It actually works. But the most important thing isn't just that. My team and I built this bot to eliminate chaos and emotion from the process. It helps you see the market differently without panic, without second guessing. Many people think trading is either extreme risk or endless chart analysis. In reality, it all comes down to right approach. Our trading bot makes trading more accessible even for those who can sit in front of a screen all day. It analyzes real-time market changes, adapts to the situation, and helps you know when to pay attention. If you're tired of uncertainty, just like I was, give it a try and see for yourself. So, the bot opens the next currency pair and recommends us to trade up. We open a position up. And in the meantime, our market volatility has increased. Most importantly, the deal closed in our favor and it's brilliant. Let's adjust our topic again and move on. Why did I decide to put 4 currency pairs on the panel? Usually the bot does not trade more than 7 pairs in one session. Well, first of all, because only a limited number of pairs have the highest return of 92%. And secondly, it is easier to reanalyze a chart that the bot has already analyzed because the bot will work faster this way and will be able to process more information. So the next currency pair, we switch to it and the bot tells us to trade down. And now it's time to pay attention to what's been happening on our chart. The red candles have fallen and the trade is closed according to the bot's prediction. It's unbelievable. So, the bot is going back to this currency pair. You know that feeling when there's barely anything left in your wallet and the only thought in your head is, how do I make this last? My father once told me, the most important thing is to start. Back then, I didn't fully understand what he meant. But when I found myself facing a choice, move forward or stay stuck, I remembered his words. That's also one of the reasons my team and I developed this bot. It helps bring structure to the process, remove the chaos, and avoid impulsive decisions. This isn't magic, it's a tool that works with you. Now, I know it's not just about having resources, it's about knowing how to use them. The key is understanding the process and making informed decisions. We wait a couple of seconds and see that it offers us a position down. We open a trade on the downside. I am confident that this deal will close in my favor. Friends, let's take a look at the chart. The trade closes near our entry point, but closes at a profit, and that's really great. Let's adjust the amount and see what currency pair it offers. The bot offers us this currency pair, and here we wait a couple of seconds and we see what the bot has to offer us to open the trade on the upside. And here it's great to see that our bot completed all transactions in the plus side. It's just a phenomenal result. Let's increase the amount of investment. So, the bot returns to this currency pair, and here we wait a couple of seconds and see that the bot offers us to open to the downside, and we do the same. And so our trade closes in plus. The red candles have fallen and the trade closes according to bot's prediction. That's just great. And now it's time to wrap up our trading session. I've always believed that the most valuable thing isn't luck, it's persistence. I've been knocked off course, made mistakes, but I kept moving forward. Because if you don't give up, you're already a step ahead. There was a time when I stared at the screen and thought, what if this actually works for me? Today, I look back and realize the journey wasn't easy, but it was worth it. Your next step is yours to take. If you're curious, check the description. You'll find everything you need to launch the bot, understand the process, and start seeing the market in a whole new way. See you in the next video.